Welcome to Saving Us, where we discuss relationships in marriage, family, and beyond. Relationships are hard work and should be a priority. These discussions are here to help you navigate the waters of insecurity and frustration and hopefully guide you to a place of peaceful fulfillment in your own relationships. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Saving Us. We are your hosts, Deetra and
Michael.
My wonderful, beautiful husband. There's a bee outside. I think it's gone. Okay. Today
we are outside. Yes,
we are outside. So if I'm doing
and
like this a lot, it's because I hear buzzing. Okay.
And last time we did one out here, we had a cornfield back there.
Yes. This is not gentrification, but it's what? Building up. Destroying nature.
It's destroyification.
Destroyification behind our house.
But more people are moving in.
So we won't have open fields behind our house anymore because people want to move into our neighborhood.
They want to move in.
I understand why though, because I love our neighborhood.
Yes.
So I guess I understand.
As do I.
Yes. But to get into our segments today.
Yes, that's right.
Our first one is positive words. So, would you like to start, my friend?
Yes, I would start. My positive word is elucidate.
Elucidate.
Elucidate with an E.
That sounds like a very mindful word.
Yes, it is true.
People into mindful thinking.
It is a mindful word.
What does it mean?
Elucidate means to shed light, but it really means to make something clear. Kind of like as to why. So, you could say his explanation elucidated the reason for his recent behavior. His explanation elucidated his recent behavior.
Is elucidation a word? Like, can you bring elucidation to a situation?
I'm sure you can. I'll have to look that up.
Elucidate.
Yeah. I mean, it's really just, he told you why he did it,
Brought clarity, to bring clarity.
Yeah, just bring, but you can't say that. Well, you can say that, if you live in our neighborhood, but if you lived in the Hootie Tootie, you have to be like, Robert elucidated, whatever.
It's not that deep. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna keep going, but then I'm gonna talk about something in a minute.
You gonna remember?
I hope so. I hope I remember.
Robert elucidated his recent behavior.
Okay. My word is eponym. A word I came across doing my research. Eponym.
That's the thing you put in there if you get stung by a bee.
That is EpiPen, but I don't know the full name, but it is similar. Yes, that is an EpiPen.
Okay.
But an eponym is a person, place, or thing that is named after someone.
So a noun.
It is a noun.
Oh, okay.
So you have an eponym, your son.
Oh.
Whose first name is after yours.
Oh, I guess you said person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have an eponym. Maybe I should have another baby so I can have an eponym. What you think?
I don't know where you gonna get it from. Where you gonna get the baby from?
From heaven.
Yeah, you can adopt another baby and then give it back. Can you rent? Can you rent a baby?
Yes, they're called grandchildren.
Oh, there you go. That's right. So come on, kids. Well, no, wait a minute. Nobody's married.
You're right.
Get married.
None of them.
And then give us some grandchildren. Anyway.
So we can rent a baby for a day. Because we'll be ready to give it back.
Yes, we will. Eponym. Okay, good.
Eponym.
I like that word.
All right. All right. Now it's accountability time.
Now, did you say we were skipping that one this time? Or no? We got to do it.
Well, my flesh wants to skip it.
Well,
but my spirit.
Your spirit.
My spirit said we're going to live right today.
Okay.
And we're going to be accountable for our actions.
Okay.
All right? Mm-hmm. All right. So let's talk about this food. Okay?
Well, yes, we should mention the finances first because we didn't do anything. But we do have a date. We made a date to go over our budget once again. We're just holding steady right now, making headway, but...
And I do declare when we sit down this time, when is this date?
I don't know.
Be accountable, my friend.
This week coming up.
Well, that's 6 more days in the week.
There you go.
We need
It's
to make
honed down.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
honed down to 6 days.
It sounds like we're gonna try to
could
make a
be
date.
Tuesday
You know
or
what
Wednesday.
you know what I say about trying. There is no try. There is only do
okay.
or don't do.
All right,
Who
Miss
who
Yoda.
said that? Yoda. That's what I thought. I was like, did Yoda say that? Yep. There's
Okay.
only do or don't do.
All right, do or don't do. That's what we're going to do. 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 That's funny. Anyway.
You are stupid. Do. Oh my gosh. All right. So we're still working on our finances,
Yes.
but we're not. We didn't get an overdraft fee.
Nope.
This 2 weeks.
No, we did not.
So that's a positive.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. And now you ready to talk about food now?
Yeah.
See, you don't want to talk about money. I'd rather not talk about food, but okay. But I'm gonna do it.
You're going to do it.
Because
You
I'm
can do this.
authentic.
You could do
I'm
this.
out here.
Okay.
I'm not hiding anything.
Don't hide.
I eat too many crackers.
What? I thought you was off the cracker kick.
I was, but then Easter came.
Well, yeah.
You know, it was 40 days before Easter. I was totally off. Then I did good. I did good for about 3 weeks. I did real good.
But what is the Easter? We don't have the Easter cracker. I mean, like
I know,
the Easter
but they
bunny.
were in the
All of a
cabinet.
sudden.
And they were still in there from before Easter because I hadn't opened the package.
Lord,
And then I
crackers.
opened the package after Easter.
Mhm.
And so now there might be 4 or 5 left. But
Okay.
so it's not as bad, but
You didn't eat the
no.
whole package. You left 4.
yeah, true. I mean,
There
I
you
didn't
go.
eat the whole package
I
at
think
once.
that's a positive.
But I'm gonna have to get off of this. You know, some people just have to quit cold turkey and you can't go back. It's just because you get a little fix and then you done fell off the
you
wagon.
fell off the wagon. I know
So-
how it is.
I have to get back on the wagon for that.
You can do it.
I can.
Yes, I can help you. I'll throw all
can.
those crackers away.
You
For
better
you.
not throw my
I throw- it's
crackers
for you.
away.
It's for you.
You better not throw my
It's for you.
crackers away.
I'm, you know,
We're
it's
not
an
doing
act
that.
of love. Your love language is acts of service. So I'm going to do an act of service
Well, you know.
and throw every carb away in our house. That's an act of service.
Oh gosh. You know, I would be mad at first, but
Yeah, you couldn't make it.
I would be. He said I couldn't make
We
it.
got
Yeah, you
tortilla
couldn't make
chips, crackers. What else we got? Everything up there is carbs. Cereal, all the raisins. You know, raisins is carbs now. Raisins is a lot of sugar.
Raisins keep you regular.
You should eat grapes.
They don't keep me
Eat
regular.
grapes.
I don't know why, but they don't.
They have a lower caloric content.
But raisins keep you regular. That's why I put them in there.
Okay.
Because I need them.
Well, have you been on the scale?
No. Have you?
Yes, I'm always on the scale. I'm not gonna say I like what I see, but I'm on the scale.
Yeah, I don't even get on there. I don't even want to face it.
You don't?
No.
Well, you know, that's the motivation, honestly.
I know.
That gives you motivation when you get on there.
I want to remember the last
Lord.
thing I weighed when I was on it. But I know I've gone up since then. So
Yeah, well, but you know, but
I'm
that doesn't
gonna
help
wait
you.
until I feel like I might be at that place again, and then I'll get then I'll get back on there.
All right, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna get you,
Yes.
to where you need to be.
Get me to where I need to be.
Okay.
Ooh, I went shopping yesterday.
Oh Lord.
I put clothes on. Oh God,
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that?
it wasn't good.
Well, why did you do that? You should have got on the scale instead of trying on clothes.
Probably so, but that is a motivator for me though. If I
Oh,
put clothes
trying on
on
clothes.
and you know, I'm on the edge of switching over to another size, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it. So that is motivation.
Is it?
I just looks like a big old blob. I'm looking for colorful clothing. I put this yellow because I like yellow, and it's spring. Put this yellow dress on, sundress. Oh Lord, the bugs like me. I don't know why bugs like me. I look like a big
Don't
brown
say it.
sun
What? You look like a big round sun.
with a brown head. I was like, oh my God,
The sun is round.
this does not look good. It was bad, like big old happy face sun.
I think you're just fine. You're just fine.
It was a mess. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna get back on the wagon with that. All right,
Oh my God.
you can do it.
I wonder if one day I'll just get on here and be like, you know what? I've just accepted it.
No,
It is what it
she's not.
is.
You will not. You will
And
not.
I'm going to just be fat and happy.
Do not listen to the enemy. That's the enemy talking.
I think happiness is good.
Yeah, happiness is good, but you can have false happiness. See, the enemy gives you a false sense of happiness. You don't want that.
Okay.
You can do it.
If you say so.
You can do this.
We'll see.
We got it. You'll see. One day, 3 episodes from now.
3 episodes from now.
You're gonna be.
I'm going to be 5 pounds lighter.
Yes, that's it. Accountability. Accountability.
All right.
All right. What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about how our jobs or our career choices
like
affect
vocation.
affect our marriage relationships. How our career choices affect our marriage relationships. Make sense? Yes, I've said that right.
Yes.
This morning in church, I felt like I was stumbling over my words.
Yeah,
quite
you
a
did
bit.
a little bit, but
I don't know
it's all
why.
right.
It was
Everybody
interesting.
liked it. They like you.
They're gracious to me. Okay, so as you all probably know, Mr. Michael here is a pastor, and but has not always been a pastor since we've been married. He worked in the business industry before, and communications specifically, communications industry. And then we switched on over to ministry.
Yes, we did. Full time. I mean, we were doing it. We've been doing it for years, but we
were active in our church, but not in leadership positions, not main head leadership, I should say.
Well, we were elders for a few years. Yeah, but not for a long period of time.
Right.
And definitely not like we went full time.
Right. Yeah, definitely not like full time.
Right.
But we have been in head leadership. He has been for 10 years now, at least, or is it 11 years? This is 2021.
Well,
11 years.
Okay.
Now, because the first church was 2010, was it, or was it 2009? Oh, it's 12 years.
There you go.
Man, 12 years. That's a long time.
That's a long time. Lord help us.
I think you got about 8 years left.
I think so.
That's enough.
Yes.
Oh, I shouldn't speak that way. But anyway, that might give you an indication of how ministry affects your marriage relationships. Yeah. But first of all, I don't think a lot of people think about that.
Yeah.
Before they get married. Some people might, because if you're in a very specific field like entertainment, you might know that you might want to marry someone else in entertainment, or you might know specifically that you do not want to marry somebody else in entertainment.
For that,
but because it's such a all-absorbing kind of career.
Demanding and
Yeah, but I think for a majority of people, that might not be something that's really important for them that they consider before
or they don't think it is.
Or they don't think it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Before dating, courting, marrying.
Right. So why do you think it's important to think about your vocation and the vocation of your significant other if you're planning to marry or be in a committed relationship with them?
Well, because we were talking with some friends today, and they were talking about their daughter and how what did she say? Her mom was saying you need to think about what's going to happen in the future.
In the future.
And she said, what did she say?
But she's a baby. She's only a teenager. She says, I don't want to make decisions today about what
that
may happen in the future.
Right. So that sounds like a good thing. I don't want to make decisions today about something that might or might not happen in the future. Sounds good. Right. But it only is good to an extent. You do have to think about the future, when you're making decisions today.
Right.
So for example, if you're, going to go down a career path, you do need to think about the future, what you will be, so you can go down that road. So, I mean, I understand what she was saying, but my point to all that is the reason it is important and the reason you want to at least give it some thought is because you don't want to be surprised by, for example, I think we were talking about like if you're a doctor or in the medical or a nurse or whatever.
Medical field.
In the medical field, and it could be demanding, and you find yourself 3 years into your marriage saying, I thought that we were going out on Saturday night, but here you working every Saturday night, and that's just something you didn't think about. But it was there when you first married this person who wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
If you would have thought about the future, you would have thought about, they said they want to be an ER doctor, and an ER doctor, that's a demanding position.
It's on call.
You're on
Or
call.
if you're an obstetrician.
Or
something like that, you know.
Yes. And so it's important to at least consider it. You can't know everything that's going to happen.
Right.
We know that.
Right.
You know, but at least consider it so that you're not just totally shocked.
Right.
Like, oh, I didn't think that being a pastor, you know, you would have to talk to people at, 1 a.m.
Right.
Well, yeah, you should have known that.
Right.
That's something you could have thought about.
Right.
Beforehand.
The demand that is upon you.
Right.
When you're in certain fields. So we had made a comparison like between being in the medical field and being in ministry. So this conversation is going to talk a lot about being in ministry because that's what we know.
Do,
that's what we do.
But it could be any.
But it could be any field. Like if you are a first responder or a police officer or even a soldier, you're working for people, you're working with people. If you're in ministry, if you're head leadership in ministry, your job is to help people, right? But at the same time, you have to be a leader and you have to be decisive. And people look to you to make decisions, right? So you're accountable for the what's going on. You're accountable for the organization's effectiveness and
right.
Streamlining things and all this kind of stuff. So it's just a big responsibility. So how specifically do you feel like it can affect a relationship positively or negatively?
Well, I think positively, it can affect a relationship positively because, for example, you are in your doctorate program, finishing your doctorate program, took your last class, official class, so you're working on your dissertation, and it's very demanding.
Right.
So, I could say, well, that's taking like all your time. You're always writing papers, studying for tests, going to the library because you can't study at home because there's too much noise, and it's taking all your time. But when I come to a recital, or I see, you giving a lesson to someone else teaching, I'm proud of you. And I think, man, look at all this hard work and look at what she's doing. So it makes me adore you even more. That could be a positive thing, depending on how, you look at it.
Yeah.
So I think that could be positive. It could, a person's dedication to something could, what's the word I'm looking for?
Help you to admire them?
Admire
or appreciate?
them, yeah. Appreciate, yes, those words. Appreciate you and admire you and those kind of things. So I mean, that could be a positive.
I didn't even think about that. But that's another area, though, that couples can think about if one spouse wants to go back to school, because that's a big transition, especially if you have children. It's a big transition because school can be all-consuming. And if you have to work on top of that, and if you have kids on top of that, it's the relationship between husband and wife or significant other can really suffer because one person is going to feel pretty lonely, and it just comes with the territory. So if you're thinking about, for a lot of women, maybe men too. Now, I don't know, they might think, oh, I want to marry a boss. Male or female, either way. I want to marry somebody who's a boss, who, in charge at their job, whatever.
Right.
You have to think about all of that entails. Like if you're the boss, you're responsible for your department or your, whatever, your organization. So the buck is going to stop with them. They're going to be stressed out probably about it. People are going to be calling them different times of day and night to get them to answer questions or solve problems. If your desire is to marry somebody who is a boss in their field, you need to evaluate yourself and make sure that you have the stamina and the ability to stay married or be in a relationship with somebody who is in charge or on that level, because they're going to have people calling them, at different hours and asking their opinion or getting their direction about different things and calling them to solve problems. And you have to allow them the space to do it without feeling left out or neglected. And you have to have your own interest so that all of your happiness is not tied up into them and being with them and having their approval and affirmation, because they're busy. So you need to be busy doing something as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So what was another one I thought of was being a teacher. A teacher also requires a lot. It's not as much. It's not so much. I meant to say that it may take all of your time. It does take a significant amount of time. Mm-hmm. But what you brought up a good point about, you try to do your best to not bring your work home. But when you deal with people like a teacher, a social worker, a counselor, psychiatrist or psychologist, it's hard to separate everything. Yeah. So you come home with a certain amount of stress or heaviness or, burden.
Your mind's still at work.
Your mind's still at where you're thinking about that person because you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
And you might want to talk with your spouse about those situations.
Yeah.
And so so you have to be prepared for that.
You have to be prepared for that. Yeah. And then this is specifically for women who go, if their husbands are head pastors and you go into a new church, something you might have to deal with is the expectation of the congregation where you are concerned. So some churches may expect their pastor's wife, specifically female pastor's wives, to be able to sing or be able to play an instrument or be able to be the director of women's ministry or be the director of children's church or be the head over the special things like Christmas and Easter programs and all the different holidays. What if you don't want to do that? None of that. Or what if that's not your gift? What do you do in those kind of settings? So you and your spouse need to talk about what the expectation is in ministry and what role you feel comfortable playing. Because maybe I'm wrong, but if one spouse is to be head pastor, should they, especially if they become a pastor after they are already married. Right. So a lot of times if you're going into, you want to be a pastor, a person will look for a certain type of somebody to marry. So maybe they'll look for somebody who possesses those skills that they want to use in their ministry. Right. But if that wasn't the case and then they become pastors later on, and then this person just has all of these roles put on them, right, and they're like, I don't want to do any of this. What do they do?
Yeah. Well, those are things I think you have to talk about. And it's, we're saying that because that's what we do. Right. We know our relationship. But really for any relationship, I think if you're at a point where you're not married or you're, thinking about it, I think that, along with do we have kids and how do we raise our kids and what about finances and how do we do our budget and all of those things, this should come into play as well. Like what are our vocations and how is that going to affect us in the future? How's that going to affect our relationship? What sacrifices am I prepared to make?
Yes.
For each other.
Yes. So what it boils down to really is communication.
Well, yep. That's
you have
true.
to talk.
Talk
about everything. And you really must be just honest, openly honest about everything that you're feeling at that time. Because the truth is, when things happen, you don't know how you'll feel, when certain things happen, because you can't anticipate everything. Right. So you need to be as honest as you are right there in that moment when you're having that conversation. Yes. And just put it all out there, because it could be that nothing changes or things will turn out like you expected them to. So we encourage you to talk, and then talk some more.
Right. Yep, that's good.
All right.
How do we really feel?
Okay.
You want me to go first?
Wait, no. I said I had something.
Else.
I said I had something because you were saying elucidate.
Elucidate. Robert's explanation elucidated his recent behavior.
Yeah. So that reminded me of a situation because he was talking like he wasn't, from wherever he's from, right? He's like he's from a different area, a different culture. I was in a context this week where we were talking about kids having fun, right? And kids just doing what kids do when they're adolescents and doing silly stuff, and they're just having fun. And one person said, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to have fun, not hood rat fun, just fun. And I sat there and thought about it. And I said, well, what's the difference between hood rat fun for kids, for teenagers, and other people fun? Like, what do you mean by that? So I think maybe I was being a little judgmental, but judging that person who said that. But I think we need to be careful about our how we judge people, but we don't recognize it. You know, good little things like that we say. You know, this is what I do. It's not hood stuff, or it's not ghetto, or it's not, as if people who are in different neighborhoods or socioeconomic situations are not human like you are human.
Right.
You know, they don't feel the same way I do.
Right.
They don't have the same kind of fun I have because they don't live in the area I live in.
But a lot of times,
untrue.
To me, with that particular statement, without getting too deep into it, it's the first time I've heard this. Is a lot of times something someone else does is not better or worse than what you did. It's just different. You still, when you're a kid, you still mischievous. You throw a rock through a window. You do whatever it is. You kill an animal. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. But you know, whatever.
Kill an animal.
And I wasn't. No, I'm saying if people do that, that's the same as the hood rat. I had hood rat fun, whatever that is. You know, I was in the hood, and me and my friends. You know, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, I should be quiet. Okay.
Right.
But so your point is, though, you have to be careful. Be careful. Judging.
That's really being prejudiced, prejudging. You know, other people. So we have to.
You must be a doctor.
We have to really be vigilant and mindful. Be mindful of that. We are not that way. You know, try not to be that way, because we all have it in us. We really do. All of us have it in us.
So true.
But when it comes up, we have to think, that's not right.
Probably shouldn't say that. I know. I do that.
Say, clean my heart, change my mind.
Clean my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
But yeah, so that's how I really feel.
That's how you really feel?
Yeah, that's how I really feel.
Okay. Well, let me tell you how I really feel, and then we'll finish this off. Holidays come around every year, do they not?
Yes, they do.
What do we have? We have New Year's Day. That's a holiday. We have Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes.
Now, everybody doesn't get that day off.
Well, they don't?
I don't know. Some people work on.
Some people
work on every holiday.
I was thinking about school, but
So but it is a national holiday for us in the United States.
Yeah.
And you have Easter is a holiday.
Valentine's Day.
But it's not. You don't get off and everything for that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but it is. That's a day. But I'm thinking of days Easter is on a Sunday. But So here's what I'm thinking about: New Year's Day, Memorial Day, the 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. These 6 holidays come around every year. Every single year. Every one of them. Every one of them. So I was going to say how long I've been alive. I won't say how long I've been alive. But it's been a long time. And every year I see these holidays come around.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting to a point here. My question is, family usually gets together on these days. They usually have a meal. They make it. What, you scared of something?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure there ain't no animal.
She done heard something.
It might be a water sprinkler coming on.
I hope it's a water sprinkler. So
yeah, because if it's an animal, I'm going to the
house. Don't run. Don't run now. But these holidays come around every year, and family gets together. We eat. So, we either cook out, or if it's Christmas, we bake. We do all these things. Why is it that on that day somebody says, I gotta run to the store to get the whatever?
Because it's part of our tradition.
What? You didn't know it? We had this holiday last year. We knew it was coming up this year.
Listen.
We talked about it. We got on this year. We didn't got on Zoom. We didn't call each other. We was like, we gonna get together on the Monday. You making the green beans. I'm bringing the ham. You making potato salad. Who's got the sweet potato pie? This one's got that. Everybody knows their job. You know what time we getting together. That's a whole nother one right there. A time. We said we getting together at 2. It's 4:30.
No, it's like a party. The party starts at 2. But if you get there at 2, ain't nobody gonna be there. Not only is nobody gonna be there, the people throwing the party not even gonna be ready.
Right. Then why say we having it at 2? I don't understand.
So we can be ready by 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Why you got to go to the store? What, you didn't know that you was gonna have this food today? We know everything that we needed. Think about it, people. Think about it. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Listen, we got to work all the time leading up to the holiday, we got to go to work.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Most of us got to feed people in the house all before the holiday.
That's true.
Right? So you got to make your regular list.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And you got to feed all the people.
Got to
right.
feed all these people.
And then, like if it's certain holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving, kids be home.
Kids be
they
home.
be eating up stuff.
They eat up stuff
that you might think you gonna use to cook for the holiday meal. Then you go to get it and it's not there because the kids done ate it up.
Well, then you need to do something with them kids.
Well, listen, that we
kids don't get
do.
to
We
eat.
say get your butt up and go to the store and get the so-and-so because I need it to make whatever I need to
Well,
make.
you know, you have a good point. That's a valid point. You know, things happen. So I'm not saying things don't happen. But more often than not is because somebody forgot to get whatever it is they were supposed to get
we
to
forgot.
make for this day.
We have a lot on our minds.
Did you eat this past week before the holiday?
Of
Yes.
course.
How did you eat? You had to go to the store to
Yeah.
get the food to eat.
But that was for what I wanted to eat before the holiday.
You know the holiday coming up.
But listen, the holiday wasn't here then.
It ain't that long before the holiday.
But-
It's at the most a month if you go monthly to the grocery store.
Listen.
Probably 2 weeks. You know Memorial Day coming up in 2 weeks. You
I
going
don't
to the
have
store
I
today.
don't have all of that space to put everything in the house.
Okay. I
2
see.
weeks before.
I got
So
you.
we have to go the morning of.
Oh my goodness. But people act like they forgot. That's the thing. If you see, it'd be different too if you plan. I'm planning on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving. I know Kroger's open until noon, so I know I'm gonna go to Kroger. But that ain't what happens. That ain't what happens. We get here, we already wait a minute. We ain't got to. Who's supposed to make baked beans? I was supposed to make them, but I forgot to get the beans. Oh, you got the sugar. You got brown sugar. I forgot the beans. Oh, let me run to the store real quick. What? You knew you was making baked beans?
Well,
And now we eating in an hour?
we're not eating an hour. We're eating in
You ain't lying.
because we had to go to the
Because we had to
store.
go to the store. All right, well, I'm done now.
So-
you have given ample and sufficient explanation. I understand. I still think it's wrong, but
He
anyway,
gets frustrated about
that's me.
the little things, guys. Those are the little things.
Well, what can I say? I like to eat. I like to be ready too. Don't
He
tell me
does.
I'm eating at 2. I mean, just say we eating at 3:30. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm gonna be ready to go. That's all I'm saying.
He's gonna be ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Invite me over. Have the stuff ready. That's all I got to say. You know another thing? No, just kidding. Go ahead.
And that's our take on Saving Us.
Yes, we will save something. All right.
If you liked what you heard, please subscribe. Please click. Please review us. Like us. Share us with a friend. And come back again, guys. Hopefully we'll be more consistent in the future.
Yes.
This is one of our goals. But have grace and mercy upon us. We are trying. We're going to keep going. And it's going to get more interesting.
Yes, it is.
Because I think I'm going to start vlogging this guy.
Ooh, I don't know what that means, but
Catching
okay.
him off guard.
Ooh.
Let me get one of those sticks
Oh,
where you
Lord.
walk around.
Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
You're
I
gonna
better
see
lose some
him in
weight
all
first.
kind of
Let me go to the
situations.
gym.
All kind of situations that this is gonna be fun.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
We should vlog when we go to Holiday World.
Yep. We can do that.
That'd be fun.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.